Shout out to the Who Dat Nation, man. I wanted to talk to y'all first to get it started. Thursday lineup, Who Dat Nation United. We up in this thing. Full bevy shows today that's about to pop off, starting with the Nola Bros, followed by Hoodie Jube and my boy Randolph from the Who Dat, the Keeping It Real Who Dat podcast starting off. So a long day of Saints talk here on the PRO Media Network. I hope you guys will support every stream, and don't forget to subscribe, man. Subscribe to all these streams, man, because these brothers putting on some great work. So full bevy today, Thursday stream, man. Let's get it started. I'm not gonna hold you guys for too long on this episode of the show. As we get going, please feel free to subscribe, like, and share as well. So let's get it popping, man. We're gonna start off with a few things. It's a couple of observations right quick from day 2 from Saints camp. That's in the books. Shout out to John Hendricks over at the Saints News Network, Kyle T. Mosley, Bob Rose, and the rest of the family members talking about some of the things that occurred today as well. And they talk about Pennon was the only guy that wasn't at the practice today. Dennis Allen talked about that. He considered to be day to day with dealing with a foot situation. So the Saints have depth there. Allen expects him back out soon, and that is not related to his previous injury. So that said, he also mentioned that it is minor, more of a precaution to keep him out. And we've heard that before, so hopefully this is for real. Keith Kirkwood, heat exhaustion. Shaq Davis, also the same thing. Kalen Saunders did not finish practice. Now, he left his earliest going to the cold tank after the drill. It's hot out there. Anthony Johnson was once again working off to the side while the team was doing gassers. In practice, Cesar Ruiz and Brian Breesy were on the bike, all a part of the ramp-up process, according to Dennis Allen. So the starting look, subs, and more on offense, Saints rolled out with Hurst, Pete, McCoy, Ruiz, Ramczyk on offense to start. Throckmorton later subbed in for Ruiz, who ran the second part of the drills as the right guard. The second group consisted of left to right, Landon Young, Kelvin Throckmorton, Max Garcia at the center with Trey Turner and Storm Norton. So the veterans getting in there. Defensively, Saints rolled out base look with Cam, Roach, Shepard, and Peyton Turner. Zach Bowen, Demario Davis, Pete Werner were at the linebacker position, while Alontae Taylor was opposite of Marshawn Lattimore. Marcus May, Tyrann Mathieu were at safety. Breesy and Passenger rotated in as well. Peyton Turner stepping up. Dennis Allen said after practice that Turner's getting more reps with the first team's defense. A combination of something that he's earned. Hey, now. The team trying to find the answer opposite of Cam Jordan. We talked about this competition. Allen said that someone has to take the role and not will be given the role. So he has several positive impact plays throughout the first 2 practices. Allen reiterated that he's earned the right to get those reps, and it's just a matter of what he does with them. Like I said, the first round draft pick is like money. It's worth money. You gotta give them every opportunity to try to succeed. Unfortunately, Andrew Dowell takeaways with 2 straight practices in. Dowell caused the fumble for the second straight day. This is the time it came on the passing play. He knocked the ball out of Kendre Miller's on the short pass. Miller had to run a lap afterwards, but it was a good sign on Andrew Dowell's part. Now, Allen emphasized a couple of times the importance of takeaways, saying that teams are not going to give the ball to them and they have to go out and take it. Isaac Yiadom forced a fumble on Kirk Merritt on Wednesday. Then the combination of Smoke Monday and Jack Heflin was able to force a fumble on Jake Hayner's drop back to close out the drills. Now, 2 days in, things are looking pretty promising for the Saints so far. Quarterback performances between the 7-on-7, Carr finished 6 of 10. He went 2 of 4 to start on the 7-on-7, 1 of 2, then 3 of 4 in teams. Jameis Winston went 8 of 10, going 4 of 4, 1 of 3, and 3 of 3. And Jake Hayner turned in the day of 8 out of 9, 4 of 4, and 1 of 2, and 3 of 3. So the 7-on-7 Carr hit his first pass to 7-on-7 slant route to James Washington. The next 2 throws were off a bit, and he and Chris Olave were over the middle. He kind of got with him. Jimmy Graham on the seam route that was just over his head, finished out of the series, hitting Jake Bogus in the flat with Zach Bowen in coverage. Now, Jameis Winston hit some passes to Chris Olave out in the flat. Jimmy Graham's short left to Alvin Kamara on the swing route, and then Quan Baker on the intermediate gain on the right side. Good coverage by the defense forced Winston to roll out. DeMarco Jackson slipped covering Baker to get the completion. Now, Jake Hayner's outing saw him hit Kendre Miller short over the middle to start, and that's where Dowell stripped happened when he recovered it. Now, Hayner hit Kiki Coty on the next play on the deep rollout play, And there was good coverage by Adrian Fry on the play, but Coty and Hayner made it work. The final two hookups were to Lucas Krull on the short curl route in the middle and inside short route to who, Taysom Hill. First team drills, the first play in team with Derek Carr in the center saw Jamal Williams make a good cutback inside for a big gain. Offensive line opened up good hole for him that time. Carr went deep on the right sideline to Chris Olave, but the ball was a little bit overthrown. Still, it was excellent coverage by Alontae Taylor on the play, and Carr came back the next play with that little rollout action to the right, which then hooked up with Rashid Shaheed for an excellent catch. Now, Taylor was in coverage on that one, but the last play for Carr's series was a run without to the outside with AK-41. Now, Winston's first series didn't go well as the first pass was thrown to the ground due to the pressure. And of course, he was trying to, Enu Benjamin had a nice gain on the outside zone run for the second play. His lone completion was to keep Kirkwood on the short game. Winston also went deep in this series on the pass to Rashid Shaheed, which ended up getting the helmet of Troy Pride. Now, Jake Hayner started his series by connecting with Kiki Coty on the short curl route, then outside run to the left by Kirk Merrick that got plugged up by Zach Bond. Hayner tried to something deep down the right sideline for A.T. Perry, but it was overthrown and out of bounds. Now, Adrian Fry and Ugo Amadi were there for good coverage. Final play to close out the first team series with Ellis Merriweather running inside, and Dowell kind of plugged that, stopped it. Good. I want to see what he looks like too. Second team drills. Carr had a little bit better luck during the second series. Nearly went perfect. First pass went to AK-41 in the flats. Kamara put up a nice juke inside on Zach Bond to pick up that yak. And then his second pass connected with a short gain to Rashid Shaheed working against Laddie Daddy after some pressure caused the pocket to collapse. Now, Peyton Turner had a big pressure on the ensuing play that almost saw a big hookup with Carr and Thomas on the deep left sideline, but it was dropped at the very end, and Carr finished by connecting on the slant route to his guy, Brian Edwards, working against Paulson Adebo. Now, Winston's series started with him hooking up with Rashid Shaheed for a short gain as Carl Granderson had pressure on the play. Kendre Miller had an inside run next where Breesy was there to make the first contact in the backfield, which would likely have been a tackle for a loss or a run stop. Now, Winston hit Ellis Merriweather on a swing pass afterwards, and Ryan Conley had a good tackle there that resulted in the loss. Now, Winston's series closed out on the high note as he hit Foster Moreau working against Conley on the deep route on the right side for a pretty catch. And then Carr gave Moreau a special dap off after the play. So it was all pretty good, to be honest with you. Good observation stuff happening in camp. And then, of course, the heat was a part of it, what going on outside with a lot of players dealing with the heat. Defensive coordinator Joe Wood spent most of his time with the secondary. You know how he do. He's the guy doing his thing with the cornerbacks, along with Marcus Robinson, who's the defensive, who's the secondary coach. That group getting some excellent coaching, and Coach Woods is coaching them up. We knew he was going to do that. So that's his thing. This could be a general observation, according to what Hendricks is saying, but it looks like Taysom Hill is a lot more toned according in his legs. That's what he's saying. He looked more toned there. Blake Grupe made 6 of his kicks, kicking in 2 separate periods, which included closing out practice. Both kickers looked sharp to start the camp. I said keep both of them. Of course, we got Will Lutz and then practice squad Blake Grupe in case of injury. We don't want to go through what we went through before, right? Hugo Amadi got some work as a punt returner today to add to the trio of Rashid Shaheed, Kiki Coty, and Lynn Bowden Jr. Very interesting. Lou Headley handled all the punting duties today. He saw some really good boots out there, was mixed bag overall. His hang time and distance was not consistent. Now, primary jammers today included Alontae Taylor and J.T. Gray on one side with Isaac Yiadom and Quan Baker on the other side. Kick coverage featured Jawan Johnson, Smoke Monday, Alontae Taylor, and Isaac Yiadom as primary lane workers. So that's some of the news notes and items in day 3 of training camp. Training camp is going on. So listen, man, this is going to be, it's just exciting to have them back. And of course, right now they just with helmets and not much shaking in that regard. But hey, listen, we got some football, and this is what it takes to get it going. This is what it takes to get it started. So that's some of the observations right now. Now, family, as we get ready to go, I'm going to head on out. Listen, I just wanted to pop in with y'all to start Thursday lineup. But remember, this Who Dat Nation United lineup tonight, our Thursday lineup, It will kick it off with the NOLA Bros that'll be coming up at you in about 5 minutes. My dog Teal and the rest of the NOLA Bros will be in the building discussing some very interesting topics. They're going to be talking about all the stuff that's going on with your Saints, followed by Hooded Jew, and then Who That, the Keeping It Real Who That Nation podcast with Dolph 17. So all that's in the building for tonight's Thursday lineup. So show the brothers and give some love to them. Share their links, subscribe to their channels. All the links will be on their individual shows. So with that being said, I'm going to head out on that. Listen, I appreciate you guys for dropping by. And remember, stay connected all Thursday. On Thursday night lineup is going down in a major way. Much love to the fam. I'll see y'all on the flip side on the next one. Who that? And I'm out.